In the 5 semesters that I had the privilege of serving on Hamilton's honor court, first for 2 years as a class representative, and then 1 as the chair last semester, I've seen just about all there is to see in that realm. I've seen smart students make honest mistakes and violate the honor code because they forgot to cite a source in the paper. I've seen good people with stress and schoolwork piling up, with mental health crises and family issues left and right. As the deadline looms and no good options appear before them, they choose the worst one. Copy something from Wikipedia. I've seen innocent students stand accused of serious academic dishonesty, and as the professor lays out the case, breathing fire for how there's just no way that those 2 students could have written computer science code that similar independently, the innocent students stand firm, resolute, scared, surely, but standing their ground nonetheless. The one thing I haven't seen, though, is nearly enough other Hamilton students choosing to stand right there with them, to stand up for their rights when it looks like the faculty or administration might encroach on them, to stand up for what's right even though it's hard, even when most of the adults in the room might be telling you that you're wrong. Now, every year, the Honor Court sends out an email soliciting applications from students looking to serve as class representatives. And we've taken a number of important steps on the Honor Court over the years to make this position more accessible and alluring to students of all backgrounds. And I want to be clear, most of the students I've served with have been there for the right reasons and are absolutely well-intentioned. But for some students looking to join the Honor Court, they don't really see it for the opportunity that it truly is. For some students, they see it as a chance to crack down on cheating, take a tough-on-crime approach to plagiarism, and finally make Hamilton honorable once again. For other students, though, it's just a resume filler, a box to check off, something to put on LinkedIn, something that looks good when you're applying for a summer internship. And I'll be honest, when I first joined the Honor Court, I didn't really grasp the seriousness of the work that they do there. It looked like all it would require of me is a monthly meeting here, a poster campaign there, and maybe along the way you get to do some group projects with faculty and administrators. Who could say no to that? But it's so much more than that. It's so much more important than that. Because for the students who stand accused of violating the honor code, it absolutely feels like everything is on the line. Their dignity as a human being, the trust and respect of the faculty, even their very place here at Hamilton College, all in jeopardy. Now, it's true that most honor court cases don't result in people getting expelled, and most cases don't even go to a full-blown trial or hearing. But as few and far between as those trials may be, they're absolutely, without a doubt, some of the most important hours I've ever spent as a Hamilton student. Because in those honor court trials, the dean of students in charge and the honor court chair, they don't participate. They just make sure the whole thing stays on the tracks procedurally. It's the faculty members and the student members who ask questions of the professor bringing the charge forward, who ask questions of the student who stands accused. It's the faculty members and the student members that deliberate, sort through the evidence, try and piece it all together, and do their best, as flawed as we may be, to come up with the just outcome, the right outcome, given all the facts. Now, there's a tendency in honor court cases to just defer to the professor, to say, it's a lot of work to bring this case forward. They're an expert in their field with a PhD. How could they possibly get it wrong about what counts as plagiarism or cheating in their field? And I'll admit, it's a pretty appealing road to go down, right? I mean, who are we to say that a professor doesn't know what plagiarism is in the English department if that's where their PhD is? But once you go down that road, once you buy into the notion that the professored word could never be wrong, you effectively absolve the college of its duty to prove its case. You effectively destroy the presumption of innocence before the trial even begins. And that is so important that we stay away from doing that, because the presumption of innocence lies at the heart of the entire process. Because here at Hamilton, you don't have to prove yourself innocent. You don't have to prove that I didn't plagiarize that. If the college wants to take disciplinary action against you, if the college wants to impose a punishment on you, the college has to prove it. And they got to do it right. And in those situations, what kind of people do we want in the room? What kind of students do we need sitting in that room? Well, we need students who are willing to respectfully ask hard questions of the professors bringing a case forward. Students who are willing to take the time to read through page after page of evidence, whether it's in music theory or computer science or Spanish, and see if the evidence matches up like the college says that it does. Students who can empathize with other students. Students who understand all of the collateral consequences that come along with imposing a punishment on a vulnerable 20-something. Students who are willing to stand up for what's right, even when it's hard. And the important thing here with the honor court is to recognize that they've got one thing absolutely right. It's a student majority body. The honor court is by students, for students, and it's that way for a reason. Because that's where the honor code came from in the first place. It didn't come from on high. It didn't come shoved down our throats by big brother administrators. No, it came from within the student body. A long time ago, and every year since then, Hamilton College students have committed and recommitted ourselves to a higher standard of academic integrity in the work that we do here. It allows us to be proud of the work we produce. It allows us to earn the trust of our professors and maybe even get a take-home self-scheduled exam every now and then. And the important thing here is that on a student majority body, you have students who get to control how seriously we take the due process rights of the students who are being accused of academic misconduct. And that's all I'm trying to get us to focus on here, is the opportunity for students to be true activists, to truly stand up for what's right, to make sure that the college does the whole thing properly. So the next time the honor court sends out an email, I ask that you take it seriously. I ask that you really think it through. I ask that you see it for the opportunity it truly is. An opportunity to stand up for your fellow students, to advocate on behalf and in your own unique manner, to leave Hamilton just a little bit better than the way you found it. Thank you.